I'm sorry, Scott, but I will not be eating at your house, your sister's house, your mom's house, none of it. Some of y'all probably think it's cute and all, and oh yeah, look at the the cat, look, it's so cute. Oh, the cat's so cute. I don't give a damn. I think this is a health inspection waiting to happen.
Tell me what's the tea? Tell me as it is. Now, here's the one and only Darius Owens.
Let's go! Hey, hey, hey! Thank you so much for watching. I'm so excited to be back. I got a great guest coming up today. I got a sexy outfit on, I got the red on, I got the straight hair, and I'm going, right? So grab your drink because we've got a lot to talk about. It's time for the juice. Let's hit it. Come on. Hey, I'm so excited to be back, and I don't know if you like the hair, but I like it, and that's all that matters. But anyways, before we get into the juice, I have to tell y'all what happened to me this weekend. So I decided to drink for the first time, right, and forever. And I don't drink, so I had 2 margaritas thinking, I was about to have the time of my life. It was Friday night. I'm sitting at the house by myself. Nobody's here. I have no wig on. I'm just sitting there minding my own business, right? And when I tell you I woke up looking like this right here, I don't know if I was hungover, I don't know if I was dehydrated, or if my body was just looking at me like, boy, what are you doing? But safe to say, I think I'm retired from drinking, and I'm always like, oh, let's go get drunk, or let's go drink. I'm not doing it anymore. When I go out with you, or Taylor Ellis, when me and you go party, I'm gonna drink a juice box, okay? I'm not drinking anything. But anyways, let's move on. So apparently Madison Square Garden fired employees after they allegedly violated Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce's wedding. Now, if you're signing an NDA for a wedding, why is your phone out for one? And if I'm working for a major celebrity like that, I'm not even gonna pull out my phone. I'm not gonna pull out my Apple Watch. I'm not even gonna try to sneak a picture, because even if you put it on your private Snap story, say you have a private Snapchat story and it only has 6 people on it, you put that thing on there, all it takes is one person to screenshot that and they post it all over Twitter and they're like, oh my gosh, did you see the pictures from the wedding? I would never do this, but imagine being fired because you couldn't keep a secret. This reminds me of my family. You tell my grandma something, the whole entire family knows. I tell my mom something, I'm like, my aunt talks to me about something that I told my mom. I'm like, how do you know about that? I'm like, you know what I mean? But anyways, Ariana Grande is out here, and Ariana Grande was out seen at this shopping, or she was shopping or whatever, right? Now, she's pushing the shopping cart, and we all know that she could use a lot of those groceries, right? But Ariana Grande, people are like, oh, Darius, why are you always body shaming people? But I'm like, Ariana Grande looks terrible. She looks like a bone and a skeleton just combined. And I know a skeleton and bones are the same thing, but just seriously, Ariana Grande, did Wicked really mess you up that badly? And I don't think you're even the same, because when I used to watch Ariana Grande from Sam and Cat, I'm like, oh my gosh, she's so pretty. Her face was full and stuff. Now in 2026, Ariana Grande, you're ugly as shit. I don't know what's going on, Ariana. I don't know if you're sick, but I remember you said something about lupus or something. So I don't know if you are battling with lupus still, or I don't know what's going on, Ariana Grande, but you look terrible. I'm just being honest. So we have to start accepting that the rich folks are gonna do rich folk things, right? Fans are looking back at Paris Hilton over the years, questioning whether or not she's had work done. Now, if she's had a little work done, I can't even be mad at her, because whoever did it needs a raise, honestly, because some celebrities come out looking like a completely different species. Paris still looks like Paris, her skin is smooth, her face is tightened. I'm sure maybe she had a facelift. It doesn't look like that she's had a nose job or anything, though, because, if you go back to Paris Hilton from 2001, 2002, you can look at her. She looks exactly the same, and I think she just had maybe a little facelift, a little Botox up on the forehead and maybe around the eyes, but that's it. But Paris Hilton, you look great, and especially, you don't look like Ariana Grande. I'm just saying. Lil Wayne has fans upset again after he showed up to his last concert about 2 hours late in New Hampshire, right? Now, he only performed for about an hour, but didn't he just have the whole situation where he missed a show in Maine or something like that? Now, I feel like I just read this not that long ago. See, this is where I have a problem. If people are paying their hard-earned money to come see you, the least you can do is show up on time. But looking at Lil Wayne, you know, he looks like the typical to show up late. You know, he has to smoke and snort his stuff before showing up, allegedly. Lil Wayne, I don't need you coming to sue me, but, you know, Lil Wayne looks like the typical black man that has to smoke his weed and smoke his stuff and, you know, snort his crack. He doesn't look sober, and you can't even get mad at me, even if you're the biggest Lil Wayne fan. You can't say that he doesn't look like a druggie. But I hope those people are at least got maybe 50%, or not 50, but 30% of their money back. I mean, anyways, Tiffany Haddish. Tiffany. So Tiffany Haddish, her DUI trial, right? Now, I don't know about this, but Tiffany Haddish had this whole DUI trial or whatever, and she's headed to trial after a judge denied her request to have her DUI case thrown out. Now, this all goes back to her 2023 arrest when police say they found her asleep behind the wheel. And listen, you know I'm a big Tiffany fan. I love Tiffany, I really do. But at some point, you've got to stop giving these judges material to work with, Tiffany, because this isn't even her first DUI headline. She's had like 2 or 3 in the last 4 or 5 years. And Tiffany, Uber is literally cheaper than attorney fees, you know? So Tiffany, I mean, I want to feel sorry for you, but I can't feel sorry for you because you're being stupid, just like that dumbass dad of mine. Well, Lizzo is saying that she is constantly in pain and she's trying to promote these streams or whatever, but Lizzo's saying she's battling with pain daily and all of that stuff. Well, Lizzo, that's because you don't know how to sit down. Every time I see you, you're out on the street doing stupid shit. You know, you're either out there panning on the sidewalk, you're out there with no damn clothes on, you're out there shaking your ass, and I'm like, who wants to look at this fat bitch, you know? I mean, Lizzo, I wonder why you're in pain, and I don't care if you did the Ozempic or not, you're still damn overweight, you know? Like, yes, you did make progress in your weight loss, but you're still fat as shit. So, obviously you're in pain. I mean, you're overweight, and you just don't know how to sit down. So, I don't feel bad for you, whatever your name is, Lizzo. So, if y'all needed another reason to wash your fruits and vegetables, here it is. More than 300 people in Michigan have gotten sick from a parasite linked to contaminated produce. Now see, this is exactly why I'm washing my grapes like they owe me money. You know, I get home from the store, I know if you wash your grapes and stuff, they'll go bad quicker in the fridge because they're moist still, but I don't give a damn. I take my grapes out of my bag, I put them in a bowl, I run some hot water over them, and I don't just rinse them off with hot water. I take mines out with hot water and I let them soak in hot water, and I dump that water out and I put them back in there and I let them soak a little longer. And some people is to put soap in their stuff, but I'm not doing all that. But anyways, I'm just saying, because explosive diarrhea, that's what the people were getting that, you know, got exposed. They were getting explosive diarrhea. They were sitting on the toilets. That's not on my bucket list. So Matthew Knowles, you know Matthew Knowles, that's Beyonce's daddy, right? So Matthew Knowles is clearing things up and claiming Beyonce didn't make him rich, and he wants everybody to stop acting like she did. He says him and Tina made their first $1 million back in 1985 when Beyonce was only 4 years old. You know, I have an opinion. Take a look at what he said first.
And my former wife, Miss Tina, y'all seen her? We owned the #1 black hair salon in Houston in the 80s. Made our first $1 million. Let me talk my shit. In 1985. For all of y'all that talk shit to think Beyonce made me, no. We were millionaires when she was 81, 2, 3, 4, 5. She was 4 years old. So let me talk my shit. Headliners Hair Salon, #1. You'll hear this #1 shit all throughout. So now let's move to the music industry and let me talk my shit.
Yes.
So let me see, Destiny's Child to be their manager, and also having a deal with Columbia Records, so they were also signed to Music World Entertainment, my label. Let me talk my shit.
Listen, I don't doubt he had money before Beyonce, but let's not act like Beyonce didn't take the family to a whole different tax bracket now. Now, two things can be true at once. Now, Matthew, you know you weren't at the level of richness that you are before Beyonce came out and got famous, so stop all that foolishness. So, Scott Foley and the cat. Did y'all see this story? Well, apparently actor Scott Foley lets his cat drink milk out of the same cereal bowl while he's eating. Take a look, and then I'll give my opinions.
crepe batter's made. Do you want a crepe now, or do you want a crepe with honey? I'll wait.
Life cereal, Raisin Bran, and maybe, what else did I put in here? Oh, cat tongue. Hey.
That's nasty.
Sure. There you go.
I'm sorry, Scott, but I will not be eating at your house, your sister's house, your mom's house, none of it. Some of y'all probably think it's cute and all, and oh yeah, look at the the cat, look, it's so cute. Oh, the cat's so cute. I don't give a damn. I think this is a health inspection waiting to happen. I don't want any damn animals on my counter. Like, I'm babysitting my mom's dog right now, and although it's her dog and it's clean and stuff, it makes me realize how much I don't want an animal in my house. You know, like, I have 9 cats outside, but they're not in the house. So The Rock, everybody, he's saying that he's done talking politics publicly because apparently no matter what he says, somebody ends up mad. And you know what? Honestly, I kind of get it, because these days you can say you like pizza and somehow it will turn into a political debate, you know? Like, The Rock is so famous and he's so wealthy that, you know, he can come out here and say the politics and he can give his opinion, but the minute he says something, it's all over Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, you know? I feel like celebrities should stay out of politics anyways, because you can have 1 million followers on Instagram, but the minute you say something that somebody doesn't like, you lose 500 of that. So, but anyways, moving on. So, Why Did I Get Married Again is officially coming to Netflix this September. Now, if Tyler Perry knows how to do nothing else, he knows how to have somebody cheating, crying, and praying and throwing a drink all in the first 20 minutes. Now, the original cast is returning, and honestly, that's what people wanted, because, you know, all of these big movies that came out years ago, when they start making the movies and having second ones and third ones coming out, they always change the cast. Like Home Alone, when Home Alone switched Kevin McAllister to a different Kevin, I'm like, I don't want to watch this mess right here. You know, I want the original Macaulay Culkin. I don't want whoever that other boy was. See, I don't even know who the boy was. But anyways, moving on. So Peter Thomas says that he's getting a new reality show about rebuilding his life after prison. Now, I feel like this could be a good show. You know, like, you always want to learn what somebody is doing after prison. You know, you want to see how their life is going after prison. And I feel like he's been in prison. I don't know how long he's been in prison, but it's always good to see somebody, you know, rebuild their life and see what they're up to. And just, I love that for him. So, NeNe Leakes, everybody, is officially stepping back into the Housewives universe. Now, I haven't watched Atlanta since like 2019, and somehow NeNe got me interested again because, you know, NeNe is real. She's not one of those fake, phony people that go on there like, oh my gosh, hey, I've been missing you, bitch. No, NeNe Leakes is gonna tell you, no, I don't like you. Get out of my face. Why are you looking at me? I don't want to be near you. That's what I like about NeNe. She's real and she's raw. So when NeNe gets back going, I think they're going into like, what, season 18 or 19 or something like that. But I think I'll be watching this season because I have nothing better to do. So, your Trump and your Nicki, they might as well be dating at this point. I need a drink. Now, I ain't gonna tell you what's in this cup, but... Well, Donald Trump is making headlines after calling Nicki Minaj so hot and so respected during a White House luncheon. Now, you know, social media immediately started debating whether Nicki would respond. You know what? At this point, Nicki doesn't even have to respond. You know, we all know that Nicki is kissing Donald's ass. You know, we all know that Donald is doing something for Nicki because, well, I don't know, he might not be doing anything for her because, you know, Nicki's always been a crazy... I'm trying to work on my language. Nicki's always been a crazy bitch growing up, right? But I don't care about this story. I don't want to spend my time on this story. I don't want to give my opinions on this story. I'm just done with Donald and I'm done with Nicki. I don't want to talk about them anymore. Well, Rob Kardashian popped out in some rare pictures with his daughter Dream, and for once, he actually looks good. Honestly, he looks healthy, you know, he looks happy, and dare I say, he looks sober for once. And I absolutely love that for him because, you know, we've watched him struggle over the years. You know, when he was with Black China, he was all over the place. He was snorting the cocaine, and he was doing all of the drugs, and he was just high all over the place. And you know, Black China's doing good, and to see both parents doing good, although they're not together anymore, to see both parents doing good, it's like, wow, I like it, you know? Well, Paul Pelosi had a hit and run, everybody. He's back in the headlines, and this time it's because he could lose his driver's license after an alleged hit and run. Now, investigators say he hit a parked car, drove off, and later told deputies that he knew he hit something, but wasn't sure what it was. Now, you know, Paul, I might be on your side on this one because I remember I was going to work one day. It was like 4 o'clock in the morning. I was going to work, and I was turning at this light, and all of a sudden I heard boom, 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 boom. I didn't see anything. I knew I hit something. See, I did have the decency to turn around and go back and see what I hit though. I went back to the intersection, there was nothing. I didn't see anything and I wasn't about to get out of the car and see what I hit, so I kept driving. I mean, personally, if I were to hit somebody's vehicle in a parking lot and I didn't see any damage, I would leave too, you know? I mean, I know it's a crime, but you would do the same thing. Don't act like you wouldn't. Well, SZA has came out and she's saying that she was just diagnosed with autism at 36 years old. Now, she says that this is explaining some of the things that she's experienced over the years. Honestly, I think stories like this are important because not everybody gets diagnosed as a child. And, you know, looking at SZA, you would have never thought she had autism, but I mean, if I was 36 and I just found out I had autism, I wouldn't even go on my social media and say that because then people are gonna look at you like, oh my gosh, that's the one that has autism, right? But you know what I'm saying, right? Like, SZA, I mean, I give you your flowers for coming out and saying that you have autism, but I would never do that because you're not about to make fun of me. Well, Rihanna is going viral after commenting on a fan that was battling cancer who told her that she looked terrible without her wig. Honestly, she didn't look bad without the wig, but Rihanna immediately, you know, talked to the woman and gave her, you know, just told her she was beautiful and stuff, but take a look.
You look terrible. I live with cancer. Can I take a picture with you? I'm local here.
You don't look terrible.
I do. I don't. Yeah, everyone knows me. I don't have my wig on. Thanks.
You look great.
And your name's Robin. Like
1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3.
Thank you. Big fan of yours.
Thank
Very
you.
big fan.
That really
My name's
impresses me.
Actually, this is what I look like with my wig. You're gonna say, yeah, you're a true Robin.
But you know what I live for? A good hairline, honey. This is what I like to see. Anytime you meet anybody, don't do that shit.
Don't do.
You're fired just like that.
I love that because, you know, most celebrities would have been like, you look good. You know, they wouldn't even have said anything. But that's all the juice I've got for you today. And when we come back, my cousin Elena Giles joins me for an honest conversation about growing up with autism, the challenges she's faced, and the lessons she's learned along the way. Stay right here. We'll be right back.
Spill the tea, and let the truth unfold. It's the Darius Owens Show.
Alright, so we're back with my cousin Elena. Me and my cousin Elena have been close over the years, and she's been battling with autism most of her life. So hi, Elena.
Hi,
I've missed you. How have you been?
I've been doing well, thank you.
Now, Elena, I know that you have battled with autism your entire life almost. So I have to ask you, what is one thing that most people, you know, they have the idea of autism that really isn't true?
Well, I almost thought that people with autism, sometimes they don't speak, it tends to act weird or something, but I'm not saying a bad way, but
Right.
we all can be weird sometimes.
Exactly. You and
Have
all
weird
of us.
quirks.
Now, what is one of the funniest thing that people have, you know, asked you about autism?
I don't think I remember, but I don't think anyone has ever asked me. I mean, I just think I just try to be funny or
Right.
something.
Now, people see you smiling all the time, but, you know, people always have something in them that, you know, we don't realize. So what is something that you really battle with every day, but you smile through it anyways?
I just battle what comes at me, even though I have doubts about most things, but I manage to push through most of it.
Right.
Most of them.
Now, Atlanta, you know, some of us, we will look back at our younger versions of ourselves and we're like, I wish I could tell my younger version something from myself now. So if you could go back to your 8-year-old self, what would you tell yourself?
I would tell my younger self that that uh, that I would want myself to be strong and always be strong, kind, and passionate, no matter what or someone throws at you.
Right. Now, growing up with autism, I know some people would be like, she has autism, she can't help it, or he has autism, they can't help it. So what is it really like on a day-to-day basis living with autism in 2026?
Well, I've been doing weird stuff. Like, I do things when I'm alone. I mean, I really, it's personal, but I just tend to keep things to myself. I tend to feel lonely, and I kind of liked it, but at the same time, I don't.
Now, you say you like feeling lonely, but at the same time, you don't like feeling lonely. Can you kind of get into that a little more?
Well, I just wanted to be out of my comfort zone and socialize with people.
Right. Now, I know that how many boyfriends have you had? Like 2 or 3, right? Or was it 2?
I think it's 3.
Okay, 3. Now, would you want to be in another relationship? How are you on relationship status? Do you want a relationship? Do you not want a relationship? How are you on that?
Well, I've been trying to find someone, and sometimes I really want to learn to love someone, fall in love, but I really want a guy to love me for who I am, no matter what.
Now,
Someone that understands me.
some people would be like, people with autism, they can't have kids, or people with autism, they won't be trusted with kids. How do you feel on the kids thing? Do you think you will ever see yourself having kids, or?
Well, I don't know what my future holds, but I still think I would be capable of having kids. I mean, I don't know, but I think I should give it a shot.
Right. Now, Elena, I've got 5 questions here, okay? I'm going to read each question to you, and I want you to tell me if they're true or false. Are you ready?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. The first question is, people with autism don't like having friends. Is this true or false?
False. I mean, they can have friends.
They can, exactly. The next question is, everyone with autism is the same. How do you feel about that topic? Is this true or is this false?
Kind of false. Not every autistic people are the same. Not everyone with disabilities, different ones, are the same.
Now, some people don't understand like high functioning and low functioning autism. So can you kind of break that down for us?
Well, the difference between high functioning and low functioning is the high functioning people, they're capable of a lot of things. Low functioning, however, they kind of don't do much for themselves. Like they tend to make noises or something, and they need help a lot. But I'm not judging them or anything. I'm just saying that's pretty much how it goes, since I've seen and met low functioning people.
Now, how old were you when you were diagnosed? Do you know that?
I don't exactly remember. I think I was a toddler, or maybe I was a newborn.
Okay. Well, our next question is, autism is always obvious. Is this true or is this false?
Kind of true.
Kinda? Well, I look at you sometimes and I would be like, well, I wouldn't believe that Elena has autism. And then you look at some people and they're like, okay, they definitely have autism. Do you know what I mean? Like, you're more on the high functioning level of autism. You're not on the lower.
Nope.
Our next one, Elena, is people with autism don't have emotions. Is this true or is this false?
Definitely false.
Definitely false. Now, why is this?
Because I believe that they are autistic people like me are capable of all emotions.
Exactly.
I mean, we can cry, we can scream, we can be happy.
Our next one is people with autism can't be funny. Is this true or is this false?
False.
Why is that?
because many people, including people with disabilities, can be funny. Heck, they could be comedians.
Exactly. Now, Elena, you live by yourself, and a lot of people will be like, well, she has autism. She can't be by herself. She can't be independent. So what do you have for all the haters that say stuff like that? Let them know. Tell them, Elena.
The haters?
Yeah, let the haters know that you can handle yourself and you are a very independent person.
Well, haters out there, I don't care what you say. I am capable all to myself. I may have autism, but at least I have a heart.
Exactly.
And knowing that I can do everything myself.
Exactly. Well, everybody, that's Elena Giles today. And up next is Darius After Dark. And do not go far. We'll be right back. More laughs, more conversations, and more moments you won't want to miss.
No, you
I did.
don't
I
lie.
learned from you.
Don't lie.
Guess what? I'll be right back. Elena was great. I said it was Darius After Dark next, but it's actually Can We Talk About It? Can we talk about people who post their entire life on Snapchat? Can we talk about these people who treat Snapchat like it's a full-time television network? It doesn't make any sense. I wake up at 7 o'clock in the morning and you've already posted 42 snaps. I go to lunch, you're still posting. I mean, I'm going to bed and you're still posting. At this point, I don't even need to ask you how your day went. I've watched the entire thing. Now, some of y'all are watching this right now with a 97 snap story, and yes, I'm talking to you. But just stop treating Snapchat like it's television, and then the people that repost, 10 times a day on their stories. Why are you posting 20 different posts on your stories every day? And I could say a whole bunch of names, but I'm gonna keep it to myself because I don't want beef with anybody. But we'll be right back. Don't go far.
Spill the tea, and let the truth unfold. It's the Darius Owens Show. Tell me.
Hey, well, that's it. If I offended you today, I'll probably do it again next episode. Thank you for watching, and thank you, Elena, for coming on for the great interview. Me and Elena are like this, Me and Elena have grown up together. She's a movie freak. She can sit there and talk about a movie for hours and hours and hours. All you gotta do is name one movie, and she's going and going and going. I'm like, oh gosh, why did I ask Elena? But Elena, thank you so much. I love you. And I'll see you on Friday. Enjoy your little 3-4 days away from me, but don't go too far, because I love you for watching, and I'll see you next time on the Darius Owens Show. Bye-bye.